Great. Good morning. Thank you for checking in Tao USA's Taihe Academy and Facebook to watch our Sunday lectures. We're so glad to have you here. This morning I'd like to share a topic is called the Eye of the Tao. Everybody knows in the words when we live in this world, often we say, wow, there is an eye of God watch over you. And in Taoism, there is always a conscience that rule us, the conscience guiding us to function as a nice human being. In Taoism religion, the eye of the Tao, just like the eye of the God. Taos mean the rule, the principle, the truth, the life, the path, the nature. So when we talk about the Tao, we say the ways of, the truth of, the principle of. Just like in our human society, there is a law for everything. There's a family law, the national law, security law, traffic law. See, humans set the rule, regulations, a law, constitutional law. All this law is human set to enforce the humanity. When the humanity lost its conscience, it needs a law to enforce the security, peace, and prosperity, and fair and justice, and we call it the law. Well, so what is the law of the universe? Very interesting. The law of universe is like universal Tao. Universal Tao has its own justice, and that justice is not be regulated by human. And this law is mystical force in the universe. They enforce the law on the whole universe. And that the law, that principle, that is the truth of universe, it is what we gave in a name in Lao Tzu Dao De Jing, say, the Tao. This is the Tao. Tao has the power governing the whole universal power, universal nature, and the operation of the universal. So this, the Tao, is very natural. It's not being enforced by human. In fact, turn around to mysteriously enforce the whole nature, whole world, whole universal conscious. So in that Tao appeal, the force of the whole universe, we call it Qi. Qi is called life force. Just like our human body internally, we call the force of human life, it's called Qi. Then the force outpouring, outreach externally, in Taoism, we call it virtue. So the universal has its own functionality in the universe. And this energetic level in the universe, there are 3,000 different ways of life force in that, and this life force, we call it Qi. Scientists today call it a dark matter, and that's the energetic has this kind of entanglement in it because of 30 more than 3,000 different greater the Tao is functioning. Example, the way of thunder and lightning, the way of moon and the sun, the way of all the planet rotations and maintain its own unique and balance. When we look at it in the global earth, there are the Tao of water, the wood, the metals, the ice, right? The force, the green, the universal power. Everything has the way of the truth. Our human body is a small universe, and small universe have to follow the universal truths. Example, the universe has the Tao of magnetic, north and south. In our Earth's magnetic, then the universal has magnetic, then we have magnetic within as well. The water, the fire has magnetic force, dynamic, balance. However, when we look at that, the universal truth, universal way, when the universe follows the way, then it's very smooth. But the universe always rotating its own unique, neutral, balanced, harmonious way. When it's destructed, when the force destructed, then they will have adjustment for its own truth, for its own balance. Example, the measurement, if you take more weight to this size and then will tip-top, so one gains more, the other lose. When they lose, eventually will find balance, try to gain. So lose and gain. So yin and yang saying, when the yang gets more, yin gets less. When the yin gets more, yang gets less. Yin and yang. So there is no absolute, always over here too powerful, and then the other ways has to be vacant. That's called solid and the void. When universe happens that way, you can see the Big Bang will happen. Okay, it's meaning the planet, some planet used to be green, then become dry. And what happened in the whole universe in the billions of light years, from the Milky Way to another Milky Way, many more Milky Way in the whole ultra universe. In the universe, how they maintain its own balance by the force of the universe, we call Qi. And Qi also outreach, called the virtue, the balance, the character. There are character of the universe as well. So if you look at the character of universe, why so many people, so many the astronaut, when they go out to the space, they see the whole universe in very tiny keyhole. When they return to the earth, they all become a faith believer. They believe in God because they found our human is so tiny, so small. The way we understand the universe is not even an elementary level, right? Elementary level. Tao follow what its nature. So on the universe follow this the law of nature that no human can apply its own will on it. When human disobey or break the law of nature, eventually the nature will turn around to rebalance. Between human and nature, there is a power of balance. Example, when we continue shooting a satellite into the sky, with all over the atmosphere with all the satellite, and it destructed the Earth's magnetic field. Eventually, the more and more satellite universal energetic field, in Taoism we call the Hunyuan Yuan Chan, or primordial Qi field, eventually get disrupted. Just like if we throw a piece of rock on the surface of water, it's the ripple. Same thing when the human has too often activity in the space, it will cause what? Disruption, the ripple, eventually caused disaster in the universe. And this is not, never happened. It happens millions of years, and during the millions of years, still happening when we disrupt and create a ripple in the universe. universe will ripple back. So between our humans' activity, humans' conscious, humans' knowledge, using knowledge, try to break loose, try to break out this balance. When you gain more, universe will lose more. Lose and gain. When the humans get more smarter, universe get lesser balanced energy. So eventually it will cause the disruption. So Tao follow what is nature. The universal power follow what is nature that happens in the universe, that is not follow humans' will, not follow humans' conscious level, not follow not follow humans' intellectual level. Tao follow our humans' nature as well. So our human nature based on conscious mercies and forgiveness. Right? So let's say that whatever human do in our material life, God is watch over you, which is the eye of the Tao is watch over our humans' behavior. Because our humans' behavior according to our level of our qi, the quantity and quality of our qi, we're illuminating our behavior, shows our character externally. That's what we call the virtue. So the heaven follow its own nature. It's called balance, harmony, and unity. So all the universal has its own balance and harmony. So example, when the ancient Chinese people can look at astrology and say, oh, there is 28 stars, 7 on the east, 7 on the west, 7 on the north, 7 on the south. 28 of them follow the yellow orbit rotating, which is caused the unique balance and harmony with the earth. So what happened? The earth had 4 seasons change, had yin and yang change, like daytime, nighttime, yin yang, black and white, good and bad, and you start the beauty and ugly follow the rotation of the 4 seasons. And our humans follow the earth, also have 4 seasons change every morning, from morning to the midnight. It's accompanied with universal harmony, universal all the 8 planets in the Milky Way. And then one Milky Way, another Milky Way, another Milky Way has its own unique balance. Our whole universe is just like a gigantic human, has its own meridians, has its own channel, has its own Milky Ways, and has its own organs, and each organ is a planet. Each organ inside has a human activity. They all maintain certain harmony and balance. So our organs, our 5 organs, is yin and yang organ, have to maintain its own balance and harmony. That is how the unique happen. So human with born, grow, aging, and death, just like our season from spring to summer to autumn to winter. Humans are changing. All these changes have to maintain the balance and harmonies and unity. So you see our human chasing after fame, money, status, power, prosperity, and we chase all of this, possess. When more we gain, the more we lose our conscience. See, spirit is like the yang, our body is like the yin. The body more possessed on material thing, then our spiritual have to lose. So gain and lose. The more you gain in spiritual, the more you lose in spirit, in material. Material gains, spiritual lose. So it's always have its own interesting balance. Our human between humans and thing, 10,000 things. The more you have ambitions, intentions, egos, or wish, greed, desire for things. The more we want the things, the more things wants you. So we want to possess the things actually turn around to possess us. Okay, the more we want it, the more we lose it. Alright, as you can see in our human's life, there's always very dynamic. Some moment you're happy, some moment you become sad. Some moment you're super proud, next thing you fail. Okay, some you feel like in a very high status, next moment you become very low status. Sometimes you're very, very powerful, and next thing you see you are invaded and you lose. You gain something, you lose something. Sometimes it looks beautiful. Look in the morning, everything looks beautiful. In the evening, turn dark, nobody to see. When you're young, you look young, vibrant, and beautiful. When you're getting old, you're getting what? Lesser external appealing. Become more older. Right? So right, this moment is right, next moment is wrong. So all these two dynamic things it's a dynamic balance, dynamic change. It's only relative balance for a moment, and next moment lose the balance. So universal truth is about balancing this yin and yang to maintain it neutral. Balance through the dynamic. We pull the two polarity into neutrality. We want a neutral, promote neutral. So when we look at this, and you say, the way of the nature run as a 4 season, the way of human run from morning to evening, from the born to the death. Okay, from gaining to losing, from the food grows and then food lose. Like, we yield apple and apples fall. Right? Everything has its own rotations of this unique journey, and that is invisible law. That is called the Tao. Once we understand this, we can look at our human's life from the born moment. We burned, we learned, we get smarter, we acquire a job, we successful, then we got less successful, we got aging, we got lonely, eventually we sick and we die. So the humans, the whole journey of pursuing material in design still do not change in the fact the law of our life, born, grow, aging, and death, did not change in the fact. So it's just like the universe do not change in the fact. The more you manipulating the universe will turn around to find its own balance. Our humans are extracting resource from the nature, so therefore what we call pollution, the water, air, and soil. The human chasing material that creates war, genocide, right? And the human chasing the difference, manipulating desire, then creating the difference and discriminations and cultures and religions and race. See, all our humans' activity, just like our human internally, cause the turbulent disruptions between our conscience and our human desire. Okay, our spirit and our body's emotions often in the dynamic conflict. Our true conscience want to be nice, want to be good, want to be virtuous. But our body's desire that manipulate by our emotions, our intelligence, we want to be more, getting more, gaining more. We want to be powerful, rich, and we want to be so different from others. The more our human bodies want it, the more our spiritual levels start decreasing. We live in constant fear of unknown, constant fear of losing control. That's why our humans do so much work, try to control, try to find self-worth, always thinking I am right and the rest of the world is all wrong. I has to be important, selfish. So the world should have nothing. The more you try to gain this righteousness, the values, the power, the status, then the world will lose. So gain and lose, eventually lose, turn around to gain. That's how a human being, quote, quote, punished by the law of the nature. So the world of nature is not turn around to punish, it's find its own unique balance. Unique balance of universe, always constantly dynamic balance, always try to find its own harmony and balance. That's what will happen in the universe. If we can look at the universe, then we look at our life, we see, what is relationship between me and the universe, between me and other people, between me and things, between me and the nature, and between me and spirit. What is the relationship that confines us in a unique balance? The more humans try to gain, the rest will lose. So Taoism teaching us to find a balance between gain and loss, to find this neutral balance, to find this unity through polarity or between the gain and loss. What's important for me today as a human? Okay, so Taoism look at that thing. All the actions of universe is the Tao, and the truth of a human journey is the Tao. So therefore, how can we find a way that we can live out a most splendid, beautiful, truthful life journey? To live a very beautiful, joyful, truthful, beauty, perfected human life journey by understand the truth of the Tao. If you understand it, then the eye of Tao will start open. And that's what Taoism we call it enlightenment, called 顿悟, sudden breakthrough. To understand, when you start to understand the truth of the nature, the way, then we can see the Tao. Right? We see the Tao, we cannot speak about the Tao. We feel the Tao. Okay? So therefore, we must learn to use the attitude of 与世无争, meaning a non-quarreling with the world. I can live with non-quarreling with the world. I can pure my heart, lesser desire. I can pursue the world with thoughtfulness and gentleness, with kindness, and with the attitude of taking actions of non-doing. Return to the stillness. Therefore, I can start to feel the root of the Tao. And then I can feel that the body of the Tao is the void. Then I can behave like a Tao with virtue. Then I can gain the universal power of the Tao called Qi. Okay? With that kind of understanding, we need to use 平常心, the nature, the normal, the usual heart, using the eye of the human, called the Tao eye, the eye of the Tao, to look into the world, When we see the humans world, and understand what humanity is about, conscience, mercy, forgiven, and what the negative humanity is about, greedy, desire, emotion, judgmental, persecution, victims. And this is how all the human behavior on this side. Then there's a beautiful humanity on this side. And find neutrality, neutral. To understand the true meaning of mercy, conscience, forgiveness. So we learn to respect the different, so we can balance this yin and yang, the feeling internal of good and bad, right and wrong, gain and loss, beauty and ugly, height and low, all this kind of dynamic feeling as a human pursuing to the external world. I can balance that feeling, constantly dynamic balance, so I can see the human world, how the world human function. Then when you can do this, then you enter next is how do I 中和 center and peace and harmony between human and human, between our humans and 10,000 things, okay? Between the things and me, between the me and nature, between me and God. How do you find the neutral balance? The more gain, the more lose, the gain. So see how the neutral balance we call 中和, be centered, neutral, and peaceful, and understand both sides dynamic, be centered, be neutral, return to the stillness and knowing the truth of yourself. Then the third level, enter the 太和, grand harmony state by finding the neutral peace and finding the peace within the man's and spirits that united. Therefore, we can cultivate in this unity to return to the void, and that's eventually you see that the truth of the Tao. We feel like we connected with the root of the Tao. We feel like we're becoming the Tao, but we could not describe the feeling, but we unite with the Tao. And so, therefore, when you can live with the true freedom, without feeling there is certain rule regulation have to abide for, without feeling like I need to be rooted, I need to be told, governing, administrated with by this universal truth. That thing when you start doing some good thing, you don't think it's a good thing. That when you don't do something bad thing because there is no good and bad things to do. So natural pursuing life, and that is what we call using the eye of the Tao to see through the truth of universe. We must learn to self-cultivate it through the qi, quantity and quality of qi, to maintain greater health through body and our spirit, to unite body and spirit through Qigong Tai Chi meditation practice, eventually that give you ability to be able to see the portal of immortality. Using the eye of the Tao, we're able to see the doorway to immortality. The eye of the Tao, just like the eye of God. Okay, in learn we're using the eye to self-check internally. We also use the eye of Tao to see through humanity. We use the eye of Tao to see through the world of immortality. Through practice of self-cultivating and practicing our virtue to unite our essential nature and eternal life, that we're able to practice high levels, the ability so we can stop creating karma and forever finish from the reincarnation, that we're able to return to immortal world. See, we need to use the eye of the Tao to break through this enlightenment. We understand the body is the form, is the container that contains our spirits, to harbor our spirit. And our body have to walk through all the mud of the life. This is the mud of life, but challenge is dynamic yin. Spirit is dynamic yang. Yin yang eventually have to find its unity, have to find its balance. Our human life, quote, quote, suffering is only contribute all the nutrient for our spirits to grow. able to raise our frequency. That is, frequency is a virtue. Raise our frequency. Through practice, Qi gains our energy, and that is the Qi. The power is origin source for the eye of the Tao to be wide open. Therefore, we are able to see through the high level of world in the universe. We as humans are tiny dust in the whole universe. How can we see through the whole universe? You need the eye of Tao, the eye of wisdom. That is what today I'm talking about. Hope all of us able to develop the truth, wisdom within, so our eye of the Tao can be